a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
Okay, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I banish any bad energy that I may release from telling this story, because I used to live in a house with a demonic presence. One of my earliest experiences, okay, let me just start. It was back in 1999. I was like 7 or 8 years old. It was a 3-bedroom house, and I was staying with my 2 brothers and my mom and my dad. One day I get grounded because I was being a brat, and they sent me to the playroom, and I noticed that there was somebody staring at me through the door hole. I thought it was my dad, and then that voice was like mocking me, like, ha ha ha, you're grounded, like, you know. And I was like, it sounded like my dad, and I asked for him to stop. Like, I was crying. I was like, yeah, you know, like in Spanish. I was like, ya párale, ya. And then I hear my dad from like actual voice from like the other side of the house, and he's like, shut up, shut the fuck up. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm talking to you. Like, I'm telling you to stop, to leave me alone. Like, stop, like, and then he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, just shut up. I know it sounds a little funny, but it was just scary because it wasn't him. Now, there was this one night where me and my brother woke up crying because we thought my mom was pranking us. There was a lady dressed in white, pale, and I thought my mom literally just wore something white and just put talcum powder on her face. That's literally what me and my brothers thought. We thought that it was my mom pranking us, and we would cry and we would tell her to stop. Until one night, we finally muster up the courage and go up to my mom's room because we realized it wasn't my mom. My mom had it the worst. One morning after she's done making my dad breakfast, it was 4 a.m. So she's still exhausted. She goes to her bed, and as soon as she is about to fall asleep, she's dozing off, she hears the radio turn on. And when she gets up to turn off the radio, or to try to turn off the radio, she says that she feels like a hand in her chest. And it's the lady that we would all see. And it wasn't just one lady. She said that when she tried to get up, she saw in her doorway 2 ladies, and they would just look at her. They would just conversate and point at my mom, and then turn around, conversate, like they're just conversating. She doesn't understand what they're saying, but they're doing this and then just pointing at my mom, like they were planning something bad. Hey, so one night I wake up from a nightmare where I'm just drowning in the sea, but I'm not really drowning. Like, I'm just falling or diving or whatever with no control. And at first it's okay because I see the fish, the jellyfish, and it's kind of nice, you know. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm in the ocean. But it gets scarier the moment I just dive deeper and deeper. The creatures become recognizable, and you know, their features start becoming a little bit more scarier, and then I wake up. Okay, so this was not the bed, but when I woke up, I just want to describe it. In my bed frame, you see how like there's like these light and darker spots? Well, those spots in my bed frame, they swirled into a face. Kind of like, I don't know if you guys played Earthbound, but this is what I saw. Like something like that. Like the freaking bed swirled into a face, and it was just bellowing the words "you" in Spanish. "Tú, tú, tú," louder and louder, like bellowing like the whole house. And I was like, no, no, no. I get up and I turn on the light, and I go up to my brother and I'm shaking him, and I'm shaking, and he's not waking up. My other brother is not waking up. I'm slapping them, wake the fuck up. They didn't wake up. And I opened the door and I just started yelling, "Ama, Apa," in Spanish. Like, I'm just like, "Mom, Dad," in Spanish. And nobody woke up. To this day, I don't remember what happened. I don't remember what happened. Anyways, my dad didn't renew because we were renting it. He didn't renew the renting lease. We ended up getting an apartment. And when we're moving out, the neighbor, I guess my mom's telling the neighbor some things. Like what happened, the things that we saw, and the things that we experienced. And the fucking neighbor says, "Oh yeah, well, the last people that were staying there were kind of weird. Like, I don't know, but I would hear chanting in the house. And it wasn't like normal chant, it was like weird chanting." And it was like, bro, you couldn't have...